Two red carpets, two continents, one myth brought roaring back to life. On July 6th, London's Leicester Square shut down for the world premiere of Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, an IMAX-shot retelling of Homer's ancient epic with one of the largest budgets in the director's career. 8 days later, the cast crossed the Atlantic for a second premiere at New York's AMC Lincoln Square, closing out a global press tour that had already stopped in Paris along the way. Across both of these nights, the stars of this film didn't just walk the carpet. Many of them dressed like the gods, kings, and monsters they play on screen, turning method dressing into one of the defining stories of the entire campaign. Tonight, we're counting down the 15 best-dressed stars from the Odyssey's London and New York premieres, from quiet, confident tailoring all the way up to full mythological transformation. Before we start, hit subscribe, because the looks only get bigger from here, and you will not want to miss who lands at number 1. Let's begin at 15. 15. Opening our countdown is Himesh Patel, who plays Eurylochus, the loyal but doomed crew member at Odysseus' side. At the London world premiere, Patel kept things formal in a black Amiri suit, but it was the embellished rhinestone-outlined lapels that lifted the look out of ordinary territory. Fashion writers covering the event singled it out as one of the standout menswear moments of the night, praising it for adding just enough sparkle to elevate a classic black suit without ever tipping into costume. It's the kind of detail that reads as effortless in photographs, but takes real precision to execute correctly. And it set a genuinely high bar for the menswear that followed him down the carpet. Restrained, sharp, and just decorative enough to earn a permanent place in the night's photo galleries. 14. Mia Goth. Mia Goth brought serious texture to the London carpet in a white embroidered gown pulled from Dior's Cruise 2027 collection. The heavily beaded fabric was gathered asymmetrically at the hip in soft, languid draping, all anchored by a single bold blue floral applique that broke up the sea of white with one deliberate pop of color. Next to the sharper, more structured gowns worn elsewhere on this carpet, Goth's choice stood out for its softness, fluid rather than sculpted, with movement built directly into the fabric. It's a quieter entry on tonight's list, but the sheer amount of handwork in that beading, the kind of detail you only fully appreciate up close, earns it a place here regardless. 13. Corey Hawkins. Corey Hawkins used his moment on the London carpet to make a case for proportion done exactly right. His all-black Issey Miyake ensemble leaned on deep, sculptural pleats and relaxed tailoring, worn open rather than buttoned, which turned what could have been a simple black outfit into a genuine study in shape and texture. Issey Miyake's design language has always been about how fabric moves and folds on the body, rather than how tightly it's constructed, and Hawkins's look translated that philosophy perfectly for a red carpet setting. No embellishment, no accessories doing the heavy lifting, just cut and drape carrying the entire look from start to finish. It's understated, but it's the kind of understated that takes real confidence to pull off in a room full of couture. 12. Matt Damon. As the actor carrying the title role of Odysseus himself, Matt Damon had plenty of pressure riding on his premiere fashion, and he answered with an easy, timeless choice, a flawlessly tailored light gray three-piece suit by Dunhill. It wasn't flashy, and it didn't try to be. This was leading man dressing, precise through the shoulders and unbothered in its simplicity. The kind of look built to hold up in every single photo from the night rather than chase one viral moment. He repeated the same steady approach at the New York premiere in a dark blue suit and polka dot tie, reinforcing that his approach to this entire press tour was consistency over spectacle, a deliberate contrast to some of his co-stars' more theatrical choices. 11. Benny Safdie, who plays the warrior king Agamemnon, took the biggest swing of the night in menswear with a Simone Rocha suit, featuring the Irish designer's signature floral crystal appliques scattered across the jacket. It's soft and decorative in a way that traditional red carpet tailoring almost never is, pairing a boxy blazer with wide-leg trousers for a shape that felt genuinely modern rather than costumey. That wide-leg silhouette did a lot of quiet work here, balancing out the structure of the blazer and, combined with a tie-less dress shirt underneath, keeping the whole outfit from tipping into anything overly formal. Critics covering the London premiere called it one of the most memorable menswear moments of the entire night, and it's easy to see why. Nobody else on this red carpet was wearing flowers. 10. Tom Holland. Tom Holland, who plays Telemachus, the son searching for his father across the film's runtime, delivered a masterclass in British tailoring at the London premiere in a rich chocolate brown custom Jeeves and Hawkes suit. The subtle pinstripe and strong double-breasted cut gave the look real presence and weight without ever straying from classic menswear codes. A fitting choice for an actor stepping onto a London carpet in a suit built by one of the city's own storied Savile Row houses. He took a different approach entirely for the New York leg of the tour, opting for an all-black Fear of God suit instead. But it was this London look, rich and warm-toned against the Leicester Square lights, that made the strongest case for him as one of the night's best-dressed men. 9. Samantha Morton, who plays the Enchantress Circe, ended her London leg of the press tour with a complete style reversal at the world premiere itself. A Bottega Veneta Fall 2026 dress built from leather and satin plissé. She finished the look with bold red Bottega Veneta earrings, the house's Grace slingback sandals, and a pair of duo-angle cat-eye sunglasses for a sharp, modern finish. This came just hours after Morton had worn an entirely different, more archival-feeling gown at the film's London photo call earlier the same day, which made this leather look feel like even more of a statement by comparison. Leather on one of the warmest evenings of the summer is a bold choice by any measure, but by every account, Morton wore it with total conviction. Proof that sometimes the boldest move is simply committing all the way. Anne Hathaway, who plays Penelope, Odysseus's wife waiting a decade for his return, stepped onto the London carpet cradling her baby bump in a custom cerulean blue Dior gown designed by the house's Jonathan Anderson. The maternity gown featured a sweeping empire silhouette, fine hand pleating throughout, dramatic tulle ruffles gathered at the neckline, and a delicate couture floral applique finishing the bodice. This premiere came just weeks after Hathaway had announced her pregnancy, making the look one of her first major style moments as an expecting mother on a global red carpet, and it set the tone for how she'd approach dressing for the rest of the press tour. The soft sea blue tone felt like an intentional echo of a film built entirely around the ocean, and paired with a classic red lip, it became one of the most talked about beauty and fashion combinations of the entire night. 7. Lupita Nyong'o. Crossing the Atlantic to New York, Lupita Nyong'o, who takes on the demanding dual role of Helen of Troy and Clytemnestra, arrived on the AMC Lincoln Square carpet in a strapless gold lace gown. It's a warmer, more classically glamorous choice than the look she brought to London just over a week earlier, trading the earlier gown's sheerness and crystal embellishment for a softer, more romantic gold tone that still commanded attention on the carpet. It proved she could hold her own in two completely different fashion registers across a single global press tour, moving effortlessly between daring and classic without either look feeling out of character. Between two premieres and two continents, Nyong'o consistently delivered some of the strongest fashion of the entire campaign. Anne Hathaway earns a second spot on tonight's list with her New York premiere look. A custom Prada gown featuring a crystal-embroidered bodice, a daring cutout at the waist, and a flowing white satin plissé skirt finishing the silhouette. Where her London gown leaned soft, romantic, and maternal, this New York look leaned sharp and architectural, trading tulle ruffles for crystal and cutwork, while still finding a way to elegantly accommodate her growing baby bump. It's proof that across a single press tour, one actress can tell two entirely different fashion stories and land both of them completely, without ever repeating herself in silhouette, color, or mood. Before we move into our top 5, take a second right now to hit that subscribe button because the looks are only getting bigger from here. So far, we've covered quiet, confident tailoring, one incredible style reversal, and two very different sides of the same actress across two continents. But we still have a full mythological transformation ahead of us, a gown that was reportedly flown across an ocean by private jet just hours after it debuted on the runway, and the single most talked about dress of the entire press tour still to come. If you don't want to miss which look takes the #1 spot on this countdown, subscribe now and stay with us until the very end. Let's get into it. 5. Samantha Morton. Samantha Morton makes her second appearance on this list with her New York premiere look. A purple and red robe-style gown featuring a plunging neckline. She wore her hair slicked back to show off a bold bronze eyeshadow and sharply defined black eyeliner, delivering a moodier, more dramatic take on Cersei than the leather look she brought to London just over a week earlier. Where the London Bottega Veneta dress was sharp and modern, this robe-style gown pulled from something closer to the character's mythological roots, all rich jewel tones and flowing fabric that moved with every step down the carpet. Across 2 premieres and 4 total press tour looks, this New York gown stood out as the boldest, most character-driven fashion moment of Morton's entire run. Charlize Theron, who plays the sea nymph Calypso, kept things sharp and strikingly minimal at the New York premiere in a custom white Dior silk jacket paired with matching white silk shorts and white sandals. It's a daring departure from the sweeping gowns dominating most of this list, and it worked precisely because Theron committed to it fully, treating a tailored jacket and shorts as red carpet-worthy as any couture gown in the room. She had leaned into a heavier, more traditional black velvet gown for the London premiere just over a week earlier, which made this stripped-back, all-white New York look feel like a deliberate and refreshing contrast. Clean, confident, and completely her own. 3. Zendaya. Zendaya's New York premiere look leaned all the way into her character, the goddess Athena. Her strapless gown, pulled from the debut couture collection of the label Matière Fécales, was fitted with large feathered wings sweeping across the back and finished with a daring thigh-high slit. She completed the look with chopard diamonds, white heels, and silver chandelier earrings. Athena is a goddess most associated with wisdom and warfare, but also, in classical depictions, with flight and protection. And the choice to render that visually through actual wings on the gown is the kind of literal but elegant styling decision that took this look from simply beautiful to genuinely memorable. It's costume-inspired dressing executed with total precision, dramatic and unmistakably tied to her role without ever losing its red carpet elegance. Lupita Nyong'o's London premiere look takes the second spot on our countdown, a sheer, crystal-embellished Christian Cowan gown with deep-cut sides. She paired it with a sculpted afro and a bold black cherry lipstick, delivering a look that managed to be daring, elegant, and completely her own all at the same time. The combination of sheerness and crystal work walked an incredibly fine line, revealing without ever feeling like it was trying too hard, demure, and boundary-pushing in the very same breath, which is exactly the kind of balancing act that has made Nyong'o a fixture on best-dressed lists for years. Of everything she wore across the entire global press tour, London, Paris, and New York combined, this is the look people are still talking about weeks later. And at #1, Zendaya's London world premiere look, an all-white sculptural gown from Schiaparelli's Fall 2026 couture collection. The molded silicone bodice laced up the back and transitioned into an illuminated, mirrored gradient fringe skirt, a piece unlike anything else worn across either premiere. According to reporting on the look, stylist Law Roach had the gown flown in by private jet just hours after it debuted on the Paris runway, ensuring Zendaya would be the very first person to wear it on a red carpet anywhere in the world. That kind of turnaround, taking a gown straight from a couture runway to a movie premiere within hours, is almost unheard of even at this level of fashion. And it instantly turned the look into one of the defining fashion stories of the summer. Combined with the sheer technical ambition of a molded, illuminated bodice, this wasn't just a dress. It was a statement about exactly how seriously this entire cast and their teams took the fashion side of this press tour. Bold, futuristic, and worth every single mile it traveled to get there. It's exactly the kind of fashion moment that defines a premiere. Across 2 continents and 2 red carpets, the Odyssey's press tour became its own kind of epic. Gods and kings reimagined in silk, leather, crystal, and couture. with every single look telling its own small piece of the larger story Nolan brought to the screen. From Himesh Patel's rhinestone lapels, all the way up to Zendaya's private jet Schiaparelli gown, this was a press tour that took fashion just as seriously as the film itself, with actor after actor using the carpet to say something about the myth they were bringing to life. 2 premieres, 15 unforgettable looks, and honestly, we could have kept going. That's our countdown of the 15 best-dressed stars from the Odyssey's London and New York premieres. Let us know in the comments who you would have placed at number 1 and which look we might have gotten wrong. If you enjoyed this countdown, like the video, subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one.